All right, get ready to dive deep because today we're taking you into the world of AI music. But, and this is key, we're not just talking about the technology itself, we're going way deeper with an artist known as Tecnomago, who's using AI to create music that really is unlike anything else out there.
And what's so fascinating about El Tecnomago is that they're not shying away from the whole AI thing at all. They're leaning in, embracing it, even tackling that whole debate about whether a machine can actually make real art head on. And they're doing it in a way that's causing a lot of people to take notice.
It's true, even just their name, El Tecnomago, you get that sense of technology and art coming together right off the bat. We've actually got some excerpts from an article all about them to dig into today. One of the first things it tackles is this skepticism that a lot of people have when it comes to AI art. That is it really art if a machine's doing all the work kind of question.
Oh, yeah, that's the big question everyone's asking. And not just about music either. This
Yeah.
is something people are debating across the board when it comes to AI. But with El Tecnomago, it's their transparency that makes things really interesting. They don't hide their process. They actually share it, which gives us a glimpse into how they're using AI as a creative force.
And that's where things get super cool. The article actually includes a couple of examples of the actual prompts that El Tecnomago has fed to their AI music generator, Suno.ai.
That's really interesting because with Suno.ai, it all comes down to the prompts, right? It
Right.
analyzes all these patterns in music, and those prompts basically act like creative constraints.
Yeah.
They guide the AI towards a specific mood or atmosphere.
Exactly. And get this prompt #1. I'm reading this straight from the article, very slow. 8 bits. The Legend of Zelda, Andalucia, flamenco, castanets, melodic beats, labyrinth. I mean, just take a second to process all that. Talk about a unique combination.
I love it. It's brilliant. It's like you've got that nostalgic 8-bit video game vibe going on with the Zelda reference, and then bam! Suddenly you're transported to southern Spain with flamenco and castanets. So unexpected. Makes you wonder exactly what kind of feeling El Tecnomago is trying to evoke with that unique blend.
Right. Like a childhood memory from a video game, but it takes place in like a Spanish villa or something. And
Yeah.
this is just one example. They use incredibly specific, really evocative language in their prompts. This isn't just make me music. This is painting a picture with sound.
And that's really where their artistry comes in, you know?
Hmm.
It's not just about the technology, it's that human touch, that creative vision guiding the AI that really elevates it. That's what makes it art, not just some algorithm spitting out sounds.
Totally. It's like this collaboration with the machine, right? Speaking of collaboration, get ready for prompt #2
Yeah.
because this one takes a completely different turn.
Okay, I'm intrigued now. Let's hear it.
All right, deep breath. Here we go. Oboe, bassoon, satyr, magic of the woods, mythological, romanticism. I mean, talk about a change of pace.
Wow, from 8-bit nostalgia to something ancient and mystical. It's
Mhm.
like I can practically hear the rustling leaves and pan flutes just from those words.
Right, and those instruments, the oboe and the bassoon, they have such a distinct sound. It's almost haunting. It's like they're trying to summon a specific feeling or atmosphere.
Yeah, and you notice how this prompt, it's like less about concrete cultural references like we saw with Zelda or flamenco. This time, El Tecnomago is going for these universal concepts like mythology, magic, romanticism. These are things that resonate across different cultures, different time periods.
It's like they're tapping into something deeper, those like primal emotions that we all share. And speaking of emotions, that word romanticism, that really stands out to me.
Yeah, and it's key if you really want to understand what El Tecnomago is doing with their work. Romanticism, when you think about it as an artistic movement, it's all about emotion, intuition, that connection to something bigger than ourselves, nature, spirituality, that sense of the sublime.
So really it's about expressing those like deep-seated human experiences, which leads to a really interesting question. Can an AI, even with these crazy specific prompts and all that, can it really create something that reaches us on that emotional level, something that actually moves us?
That's the heart of it, right? We were talking about the how, the prompts, the AI, the whole process.
Mhm.
But what about the final product? Does knowing how it's made, does that change how we experience the art itself? Does it make it any less impactful?
Right, it makes you think. Like imagine you're watching a magic show. Does knowing how the trick is done, does that make it more or less amazing? I mean, does it take away from the artistry or does it actually make you appreciate the skill even more?
I think it really depends on the person.
Mhm.
Some people, they might feel like knowing how it works kind of ruins the magic, but others, they might find it even more impressive. Like they can really appreciate all the creativity and skill that goes into pulling it off.
Exactly. For me, when I'm listening to El Tecnomago's music, I kind of think of it like a film score. You know how a composer uses music to make you feel a certain way, to like heighten the drama or really draw you into the story? I feel like that's what's happening here, but instead of an orchestra, it's AI.
I
Yeah.
love that analogy. It really is like El Tecnomago is the director, and they're using their vision and all their expertise to guide the AI to
Mhm.
shape those sounds into something that's not only cohesive, but actually means something.
And the article actually touches on that. They mention how El Tecnomago doesn't just take whatever the AI spits out the first time, you know? They really work with it, tweaking the prompts, refining the output until it truly captures the feeling they're going for. It's much more of like a back and forth, this collaborative process.
Which goes back to what we were talking about earlier, about intentionality in art. El Tecnomago is making very deliberate choices every step of the way, using their own artistic vision to shape the music.
So really, it's not just about typing in a prompt and letting the AI go wild, right? It's more about how can we use this technology, this powerful tool, as a collaborator to really push the boundaries of what's possible in music.
Absolutely. And that's what makes all this so exciting. Because if AI can create music this evocative and emotionally powerful, well, it opens up a whole new world.
It makes you question what music can be, who can create it, all of that. It makes you wonder what other artists are out there right now doing these incredible things with AI. What other sounds are waiting to be discovered?
And for me, that's the most exciting question.
Yeah.
Is this just the beginning? Are we on the verge of a whole new era of art, where AI isn't just a tool, it's a collaborator, maybe even a muse? It's a pretty thrilling prospect. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Me too. And the best part is, you don't have to just take our word for it. You can go listen to El Tecnomago's music right now, knowing how it was made, all the thought and artistry that went into it. So go explore, listen with fresh ears, and see what you discover. Until next time, keep those ears open and stay curious.